Yeah, I thought there's a big difference between the Lamar game and the McNeese game. The way the game was played, there was a lot less pressure on us. I thought Lamar game, I think, was tough. With all the pressure and the turnovers and us getting accustomed to it and trying to get prepared for it. But we had an all-out effort. Go to McNeese, we were kind of excited that we thought we would open their arena, and we didn't get an opportunity to do that. So we went back to Burton. So it was kind of good to walk in and see all those banners that we hung up while we were there. So it was a good experience. Very impressed in our efforts, especially for the first 3 quarters. I thought we played extremely well. We shot free throws extremely well, right at 79%. And then, Ty Doucet really showed up. The last couple of games she's played really well for us. She's averaging 23.5 points a game. And, right around, I want to say about 18 rebounds a game. So, she had 22 last night. 22 rebounds is the most rebounds in the country right now. So she's leading the country in a single game, 22 rebounds. Actually, it broke a school record for our university. Tina Cooper had 21 in 1988. So it's been a while since we've had anybody over 20 rebounds. So it's great for her. She's been working extremely hard, and we knew she was talented. Just a matter of her getting her comfortable out there. And I thought for overall, that's all we all contributed. We got better defense. I know Kevin had asked a question last time about trying to keep her out in foul trouble. Well, our guards did a lot better job of not letting ball penetrating and all that, so that kept her from not having to help so much and all that. So we had a complete team effort last night, so I was very pleased to come away with a win. And then, education game's big for us. We moved it up on Wednesday. We'll play at 11, so I'm just trying to get all the all-field people out there, too, to come and eat lunch with us and see a good game. But hopefully we'll have, some schools show up and we get ready to play for Dillard. Dillard's very well coached, and, hopefully we can continue to get better. Any questions?
With Doucet, obviously you can't expect 29 and 22 every night, but do you expect her to maybe keep that elevated play that she's had so far?
Yeah, there's no doubt. She's able to play some minutes, and I think, she just brings so much to the table. We've been noticing that since she's in the 8th grade. I keep saying it. I saw it, that she had it in her. It was to get her to comfortable and get her some playing time and get her healthy. She's finally healthy in her career. Even during high school, she struggled a little bit with health, but she's healthy and, having some time to develop in how we want to play. We were pretty much on her this week about, utilize her. Actually, her teammates were on her about, she's so talented. How is she going to utilize that talent, and continue to play harder? And, I think we can expect a double-double out of her. I expected that, and I think, when they don't, they'll be doubling her up. So she can do some other things. She's very good defensively, too, and all that. So she's really, really growing, and I think she's got a lot more room to grow. She has so much potential.
You out-rebounded them by 20. That's not just one person normally doing that. Can you talk a little about your teams, like team rebound?
We're working on it now. It's a process, I think, that you have to go through and make it understand. You got to remember these offensive girls, they're so much about scoring and going in and not getting rebounds and all that. And I think they're buying into it. I was really impressed. Some of our guards, ended up with 5 or 6 rebounds, and especially on the defensive side. So I think it's going to be a team thing. We still got to grow on it. We're learning how to find the person quicker and blocking them out instead of waiting until underneath the goal and trying to jump with them. So there's some things that we're really working on, but I'm very pleased in the effort that we're having from them to 2 rebounds. So it's going to take that, So that was a good thing. Our goal was to out-rebound them by 15, and I think we did by 19. So that was pretty good for us, And then, I think they scored 24, maybe the 4th quarter, and that was just some of the changes we made, and some of the turnovers. Most of the turnovers came over in the 4th quarter. So, the first 3 quarters I was very pleased in every aspect of the game.
Coach, those 22 rebounds, was it a high enough percentage because she's blocking out better fundamentally, or is she just hustling? And where is she on just learning how to block out when y'all start playing bigger physical people?
Yeah, I think she's doing a better job of blocking out, but man, Ty can just go get balls. And the thing that helped her teammates did a job of finding their block out early. Because man, in the Lamar game, we were doing them. You go back and look at film, and we were really, really late on the blockouts, and it was mostly from her teammates. She did. Ty's done a better job of blocking out, but I think it was this game. It was her teammates that really, really did a good job, and she just cleaned that. I mean, she cleaned the glass. I mean, every rebound was hers. I mean, and you got to realize, McNeese had a kid last game against Grambling had 19 rebounds, so that was concern for us. And that's who Ty was guarding. So we were kind of concerned was she going to be able to keep that kid off the boards? Not only did she keep him on the board, she actually really rebounded really well.
The other girls that could potentially suited up right now that could rebound, is it the same as the last time we spoke?
Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good, with Kendall Best. Matter of fact, this week we're hoping to kind of utilize her more in practice and see how she can tolerate some of the pain, if there's even any pain in her knee and stuff. So, Travis Swallow has really worked hard on trying to get her in, and I think that's a big thing for us this week is to evaluate to see if maybe we can play her next week. We talked about December 1 with her, and then Coco Daniels is a transfer, so it's gonna be around the December 10th, something like that, once we get final grades in and stuff like that. So both of them will really help us on the boards.
What's the main thing you're hoping to see y'all area improve on Wednesday?
I'll tell you what, turnovers. We still have some undecisiveness on the offensive side, and I'm not talking about shooting the ball, just making decisions on passing. And, some of the fundamentals we did a little bit better job, but I think that and then it's always going to be, can we continue to get better and put ourselves in a better position to rebound. We're always going to look at that. Defensively, we've worked so hard last week on defense. I see a big improvement, and then we had to take away from some of the offense, which, that's where some of those turnovers come in. So, we have short turnaround to play on Wednesday, today and tomorrow to practice, and we'll just kind of focus on maybe getting a little bit more shots up and try to focus on the offensive side and kind of create a little bit more comfortable kids so we don't turn it over so much.
Garry, what are some things that you are seeing from Ty Doucet now that you didn't expect when you saw her playing in high school and AAU?
Nothing. I expected that. I mean, I've watched her since she's in the 8th grade. The thing that gets us was so easy. Those kind of kids are easy to recruit because all of a sudden she's 6'2" or whatever, and she's finishing around the goal. And we're just saying, ooh, it's going to be a tough get for us because those kids are always in the SEC. We usually get a kid that's that height and that athletic that can't finish around the goal. She could finish at that time, and then the rebounding I knew would be there. Our thing was, can we bring a little bit of toughness out of her? Because she likes to kind of be a little bit more of a finesse player, and I think that's the thing that I knew we could bring out of her, but it just took a year to do, and I see she's getting tougher, and she's battling more, and I got to give a lot of credit to Deacon Jones and working with her on that standpoint. And I mean, the sky's the limit for her. If she put some extra time in it, she could be really, she's one of those kids that didn't play summer basketball, so nobody knew about her other than in high school. And if you go watch her one high school game and she's kind of hobbled, it's hard to recruit that. But we watched her so much during summer camps that we had and brought her. We just got lucky that we were able to keep her here in Lafayette.
Coach, what have you liked out of Brandy Williams so far this year? She had a strong game the first couple games of the year.
Yeah, Brandy's, I tell you what, the thing that's impressed me about Brandy, she's so coachable, man. I tell you what, whatever we say, she does. I talked to her parents last night after the game. She's from Lake Charles, and, to go back home and, that was one of the things, man. She needs to be a little bit more aggressive. So Brandy's exactly where we wanted her to be. I'm very pleased at practice. She's very, very defensive oriented, which I did not know. I knew she could shoot it and handle it, and it's very athletic. But the defensive side is really, really good for us. And Coach Durio at Barb has evidently done a great job with her. We're getting a kid that can kind of defend already, and she's tough. And she doesn't back down, and I just, she's fun to be around too. There's a lot of, her character is really good, so we're blessed in that standpoint. But she's one kid that can shoot the ball. She really can. And I could see her parents last night. She was very cautious and very patient last night, which I'm excited about. But as a parent, you want them to get a little bit more shots up. But she can shoot it, and I can understand their standpoint. But I love our standpoint of her following what we want to do as a system and as a team.
Coach, always just the atmosphere is always electric in there. And can you talk a little about how much fun that is for the players to get that experience with like a packed house? It seems like the energy just ramps up with all those kids.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and I think it's fun for our kids because you practice so hard and then you play games, and sometimes the crowds aren't as good, but it gives you an opportunity that you may play in a conference championship game or whatever that. Or even an NCAA game, like, in the past, I went to Iowa State and they had 10,000 people there, and our kids got that opportunity to play in crowds like that. So it kind of gets them not accustomed to it, but a feel for it. But on this game, it's even crazier because they don't know what they're yelling for. We could miss a free throw and they could be clapping. And our game day people do a great job of entertaining them, You got to entertain. And so they doing all kind of extra things. Sometimes we bring in Cupid. Sometimes we bring, a couple of singers in to kind of get them excited. So I don't know what the plan is. There might be a surprise for everybody that comes out, but it's absolutely crazy. I've been to some of these games where they yell for the away team. I've done some away, and it's like, wow. I went to Tulane our first year and beat Tulane right when they went in the top 25, and it was an education game, and they were yelling for us. We started winning, and they called them. So you might see that on, it might turn from a home court advantage to something that would be, when you'd be away. But it's fun, And I love Lafayette, and I love the school board system. I'm a public school dropout or public school guy. I went to school, and I love the fact that we're trying to grow our sport from the ground up, and that's what you do.